This game is called Luthier. What is Luthier?
Oh, luthiers are the master instrument crafters.
Oh,
yeah.
Okay, so tell me about this. What happens?
So in this game, our goal is to not only craft the best instruments, but also to make sure we make our patrons happy, the ones that are sponsoring us, because they have a limited amount of patience before they are just over it, and then they're gonna take away points, prestige from us.
Oh.
And that's, of course, always a bad thing.
Oh, okay, and this happens over 6 rounds, correct?
6 rounds.
Okay.
And then on your turn, we're gonna keep it super simple.
So first thing that we're gonna be doing is doing our start of round bonuses. I already started this game, so I have Claire Schumann on my side, and I will gain 2 prestige for every single performance that I have. Afterwards, I'm going to advance my cubes here and receive the gifts. So for this person here, I'm gonna advance the cube. She's getting a little bit impatient with me, but as a gift, I will gain 1 apprentice. The last thing I can do on the start of round is place up to 2 musical instruments or remove on my roughing bench. So for example, if I place this cello here on the left-hand side, I pay those resources, and then to prepare me for the upcoming round, I would move it to the right-hand side and pay more resources. So this is highly strategic. You gotta prepare, you gotta plan ahead, and everything is important in this game.
All right, so we get bonuses, we get gifts, and then we also get to play up to 2 instruments on the left side here where the roughing bench is. Next, we go to the planning phase. All right, in the game, we get to choose our own families between 2 different families, and then they're gonna give us different starting resources. Now from there, all you're gonna do on your turn is you're gonna take one of your starting worker chips. So your worker chips, you have 1 through 5. You don't start out with 2 and 4, you're gonna unlock those later on. But then 5 is going to be the head of the family. Think of this as like your strongest worker chip. So there are 5 different locations that you can place your workers on the main board, and then you have 2 spots that you can place on your workbench.
So Tim, there's 7 different locations. What am I trying to weigh out here?
Well, what you're trying to think about is your workers and the priority that they're gonna give, because the higher the worker, then the higher priority that they're gonna have at the spot that they're in. You can only place 1, 3, and 5 for now because you're gonna unlock 2 and 4 later on. And then you can also boost your worker strength by adding in apprentices. So these apprentices will give a +1 temporary boost to that location. All right, Buns, we've been building up to the crescendo of this game. Can you talk about some of the fun places that we're gonna send all our workers to?
Ooh, yes. This is called the resolution phase. The first thing that I'm gonna be doing is going over to the balcony to see who's going first on the priority turn order track. And it's me! So I'm gonna choose a location here to activate. I'm gonna go ahead and choose a salon, and what I'm gonna be doing is grabbing all the chips and bringing them over to the priority board. So I take the whole stack and I'm gonna place it starting on the left-hand side by color. So there's 2 blues here and 1 red. Then I'm gonna flip it over and I'm gonna see what numbers there are. So Tim put a 1 worker chip plus 1 apprentice. So that total, because apprentice is a bonus of +1, is 2. Right now, Tim is still the priority. Then I'm gonna flip over my chip and it is a 3. So Tim has 2, I have 3, therefore I am now priority. I go ahead and I move Tim back a spot, and now I get to go first at taking the salon action. Depending on what number I put down determines what I'm gonna gain at the salon.
So at the salon, what you're gonna do is take a patron. Now at all these spots, you can also take an alternative action, which is indicated by the slash on the right side of the main action. So then if I take a patron, I can put it right on my main board, and then when I do that, I'll gain the bonus listed right underneath.
Whoa, 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 Tim. You just took a level 3 patron. You have to pay a cost.
You're right.
Only the first 2 Roman numerals on the right-hand side are gonna be free.
Yep. Thank you for correcting me. Now, what's also important to know about Luthier is that the level of your workers matter. So the more skilled they are, then the more bonuses that they're gonna give out. So for instance, if you were to play a 4 or 5 worker or any other high worker, then you would also gain the bonus listed at that specific location. So if I were to place a 4 higher worker here at the salon, then I can move the patience cube back 1 and gain that gift.
Ooh, we want more patience for our customers.
Please be patient with us. Now, there are also 4 different types of patrons too, and they're so important to the game because each one will give you powers that build up over time. You know what the best part of any worker placement game is, Mons?
What?
Combos. Oh, that's so good. That was so good. All right, here's an example. Since I'm the first player at the balcony, I can pick any location to activate first, and this matters because sometimes you want to get money and resources here before you want to get instruments, that way you can pay for those instruments. So I'm going to activate perform and say I won with the highest number chip because even if we both played a 4, my apprentice gives me +1, so I'm actually at 5. I then get a performance, or I can pick 3 resources. I'll go ahead and grab this performance here, and then normally you would roll 2 white dice, but check it, because I'm on this level of the performance track, I can actually use an upgraded black die in place of the 1 white die. Rolling gives me a 6, plus my worker at 5 gives me 11 total, earning the highest tier rewards of 2 money, 1 music note token, and 2 prestige points. I'm going to take that music token and place it on a matching section in the orchestra of the classical era. The more first chairs you claim, the more points you're going to score at the very end of the game. This spot is also going to give me the reward under it as well. And lastly, because I used a 4 chip, I advance on the performance track and get the next tier reward. This one right here allows me to go through the specialty worker deck and pick any card I want. I'll take ensemble, which says when performing, I get an additional die roll, and you know that's going to get wild later. At the end of the last round, I unlocked the number 2 chip, which is perfect timing because then I'll take this number 2 chip, lock it onto this card, which now unlocks a brand new specialty chip. So now every time I place this performance chip in the performance area, it's going to count as 2 performances, and I get this card's bonus every time I place this chip in the performance section. That right there is an example of a slew of actions and combos you can take in Luthier. At the guild, this is where you get to add more instruments to your hand of cards, and the 4 bonus lets you gain any material you want, plus you get to slot in your instrument immediately to the roughing bench.
And the next location is for repairs. Here you pay for a repair, and that just gives you flat out prestige points. Repairing also lets you fulfill a requirement on patrons too. The 4+ lets you move forward 1 step on the crafting skill track. Again, letting you level up skills like roughing out 2 instruments at once, or increasing worker skills, and so on.
I feel like once you're making all these instruments and repairs and fulfilling all of these patron requests, we should get rewarded for that, yeah?
Exactly. That's where the balcony section comes in. The balcony is also where you can prioritize turn order for the following round. If you place a 4 chip or higher, you can move forward on this purple track here, which will gain and unlock certain abilities, such as no longer needing to pay for level 2 or 3 cards.
Nice. It gives you a ton of discounts. All right, Mons, let's say I am Baroque.
Baroque. That was pretty classic.
That was Josh's joke. I can't do it. That wasn't my joke. That was Josh's joke. Thanks, Josh. Let's say I'm broke and I don't want to go to any of these locations on the board. Is there anywhere else I can go?
Why, yes, Tim, one of my favorite places, the market. You're going to have your little horse here. You're blue, right? And you're going to go across, and now you can sell anything in your inventory here, and it will show you the prices based on what the top card is. So the prices will change every time. On the board are permanent ratio exchange differences if you'd like. For example, you could pay 4 coins for 1 apprentice.
And the last 2 spots that we can go to is on our personal workbench. The left side is the roughing bench. This is where you're gonna put your instrument down and then pay those resources. After that, you're gonna switch it on over to the right side to the finishing bench, and then again, pay those resources. And once you do, you'll gain the rewards listed in the middle. Like in this case, the forte piano, if I'm saying it properly, is gonna give me 9 prestige points.
That must be really loud.
It's huge.
Not double forte.
You know what this game really needs, this Euro game?
What?
Combat or area control.
Tim, what are you talking about? We're making music. What even?
You're right, but there's always gonna be some kind of fight when we're doing these things. And in this case, how it works is we're gonna be fighting for first chair. So there's a priority system when it comes to claiming first chair. If you place your regular music tokens there, you can gain that reward, but there is a ranking system. So there is a music note token, there is the repair token, which will give me a +1 to that region, but the one that will take priority over all of them is your crafted instrument token. So if you place this here, it will take priority over all the other tokens there, and you can no longer claim first chair for the game. So then for Endgame, how it works after the 6th round is over, we get points for a bunch of different things. We get points for first chair, for your personal goals, all of the powers of each patrons if you have them. You also get points for your specialist cards. And then lastly, you get 1 point for every 10 remaining resources that you have left. And that is how Luthier works. A huge thank you to Patterson Games for sponsoring today's preview video. Bon, thank you so much for joining us as always.
Thank you for having me.
And I actually wanted to mention one last thing to you. This right here is the world's smallest violin, and it's for you.
Wait a minute.
Do you know what it's for?
I can kind of hear it.
It's for the participation award for the ones that have lost the game. So that's why I figured it would mostly match for you. You know what I mean?
Oh yes, thank you. Sounds beautiful. I'm a professional.
You're supposed to fight me on this.
No, I will accept this.
If you made it to the very, very end, go ahead and comment violin down in the comments below. Thank you all so much for watching, and we'll see you in the next one. Seriously.
Please keep me saying booty, booty, booty.
In the preview, yeah, okay, got it.
Is that good?
That was perfect.
Okay.
Perfect, okay.
The first thing that we're gonna do is see who's going first.
I'm sorry.
His phone was on. The first thing that we're gonna be doing. Are you okay?
Are you okay?
Okay.
You good?
Anything for the shot, Tim.
He's like panting.
I know. Let's see, next one. Okay. 49 patients too. You know what the best part of any worker placement is, Mons?
Combos.
I don't want to think. Oh, we're done. You're too fast. Okay. I know. How are you falling over? I don't understand.
I thought there was wall behind me.
Yeah.
He's falling forward,
And then-
sideways,
I thought this was a
backwards.
wall.
Yeah, it's on photo. So tap the tiny little circle again. It'll go. Okay, good.
All right, we're good.
Cool. Dang, you know your camera really well. You lied, you liar. You're just spitting out camera settings out there. I don't even know what you're saying. Look at that. The little circle up top, it says an M, photo, double record. I don't even know what's going on. Okay, what am I doing?
My gosh, Tim, running out of time.
I'm sorry. And even the coveted purple dye. Do you want to roll it?
Yes. Big money.
It is 2 victory points.
Let's go.